Ready or not, we back in the building. Hey, I got a good video with you, and I got a special guest for you as well. And we got a good and great topic to go ahead and talk with you guys about today, man. Young women not being wife material. And I got a good video to show as well that's gonna dictate and help our points of views. All right. But I'm about to bring my boy Joe on right quick, man, and we're gonna get it popping, and then we're gonna get into the video and we're gonna get it even more popping. All right. Joe, what up?
Hey, what's good, Playboy?
Hey man, another day out here, Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Let's get it
sir.
cracking.
Yes, sir.
So
Back in the building.
I just want to talk with you for a second, man, about young women not being wife material.
Okay.
With you being out here in this game right now still, what would you say traction is like when you're dealing with these young women?
You said traction or
Yeah,
attraction?
traction and attraction.
What is traction like out here dealing with these women?
Yeah.
It's gonna vary, because you got different age groups, and
Mhm.
of course, my I can't tell you nothing about them 20s and all that because that's out of my age group.
Mhm.
But which might be a safer age group than mine because shit, when these women in their 40s and late 30s, um, man, and this not just for women either, because men too, we some damaged people.
Mhm.
I saw something that said dating after 40 is like going to a thrift store and trying to
Mhm.
find a good pair, a good outfit, something that fits because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
everything already been worn
yeah. That's
and,
facts.
and stretched and wore out and you know not repairable. So
Mhm.
and uh and then as far as marriage material, you know I'm gonna say as far as women I've met, 20%, maybe 25 have already been married,
Mhm.
and in some cases been married twice,
Mhm.
and then the other women, their whole view on getting married, it has more to do with the fact that they're getting older. So, in
Mhm.
my opinion, they're even looking at it the wrong way. Because I'm older, but I'm not about to get married because of my age. Like to me, everything has to be right. you know, um, I don't know. I mean, it's cliche to say I want to fall in love, but honestly, I don't think that happens again. I think you get love once and twice if you're lucky. As far as falling in love, now you can love somebody, from my opinion, but after a certain age, you just know too much to really fall in love. There are too many issues. People got trust issues. I
Mhm.
run into women with abandonment issues, father issues, mother issues. Um, Everybody got issues after a certain age. Um,
Hey, big facts, big facts. Everybody setting their ways on certain stuff is really what you're saying. Because I know what I like and what I don't like at this point and what wanting to deal with, right?
mhm, mhm.
But look, let's check this video out right quick and then we can really get into it a little bit more.
Gotcha.
Let's check this out.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Hey, want to come to the crib midnight? Come to the crib? Yeah. Come on. Hey, we innocent. What is doing? I'm saying though, y'all was on top of the couch working. No. We looking for husbands. Like we go to church on Sunday. Like what make you twerking? What twerking got to do with anything? Like my fault. I misunderstood that sign. Yeah, you did misunderstand. Y'all have a good night. Somebody looking for a husband. They dancing on top of the couch.
He said he misunderstood the assignment.
Oh yeah, he definitely misunderstood the assignment because it's kind of the main thing is, bro, it's hard to read what is a new generation. See, when you was coming up, when I was coming up, we knew, hey, most women was this way. Then we knew what they was the thoughts.
Hmm.
Most women is this way. They were just freaks in the sheets. But hey, ladies in the street, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
now it's kind of hard to tell with these. I go to church every Sunday. You like dude came to you approachable, just trying to get a feel for the vibe and all that, and then you just went straight off on the guy. So how is he supposed to be able to understand the assignment if he don't know what angle you displaying?
Well, he knew what angle. That's why he came to him. Hey, you want to go back to the crib tonight? Because that's what they were.
No, I know. I'm saying I know he knew what the angle, but still, the thing is, they're in their mind. Their angle was a whole lot different than the angle that he was able to interpret is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So basically, she was saying, "Oh, we just out here having fun, man. We ain't, we ain't looking for what we look like. We looking for. We wife material." But then, like I said, that's a different age group. You know what I mean? That look like them 20s.
Oh yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely that. It's just the fact that this is what the new generation is coming into, to where now the youngsters, and then they wonder why when they go to the club, most of these youngsters don't know how to come and approach them or say anything, because social media has taken over to where most of these guys only had the courage to be able to get in the DM, more or less be able to go and approach a woman like how we would, and not be nervous to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do, we get rejected as if, I'm not going to say we, if I'm still out there, but as the young men that's out there now, they have a problem with trying to figure out and gauge without it being, oh, you trying to, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to go?
You think I'm a hoe? Yeah.
Yeah. Without me having to say it in so many words. Well,
I always say there's a difference between women, ladies, bitches, and hoes. And that's the thing that a lot of females get misconstrued and get offended, when when we see hoe characteristics, and then you treat her like a hoe or call her a hoe, and then she's offended. I mean, well, you kind of walking around acting hoish. You dress like a hoe. You're real dress real provocative. You're real flirtatious. I always say that a man, just like you married, a married man or a man that's in a relationship, he want a lady that's a lady at all times. The only time you need to be a freak or a hoe or a bitch is when it's just me and you behind closed doors. I don't care if we just had a fight when we left the house. When we get out in public, nobody needs to know that. And that's a part of being a lady or a woman. But bitches and hoes, they don't have those boundaries. They don't have nothing set in place like that. Yeah, those morals. Like, you got hoes and bitches out here looking for husbands. And then, but they got husbands for those types, because they got those type of niggas. You got tricks and lames and all those type of niggas that's gonna marry one of those. Yeah. But she gonna cheat on them.
Yeah, you ain't never lie. That's what I just said, man. I thought this was a good topic to tackle. And like I said, for y'all that's even watching this and just took the time to even look at, man, comment down there. And I want the women's perspective as well down there. Really, I want the new generation to get down here and comment and tell us why we misinterpreted the mission on most of y'all the way y'all doing. Is that just like this is what it is right now? Oh, this the new wave. We can act ratchet in the streets, but we still want to say we ladies. Is that the mission? Tell us what the mission is. You know what I'm saying? So that these men know what's going on, so they're not putting themselves in harm's way going forward.
Well, luckily for us, we don't have to worry about that. Like we won't be dating. We ain't dating women that look up to Sexy Red and out here twerking on cars. Like I don't even, I'm turning off by a woman twerking. Period. I don't even like when women post pictures on Facebook, with the camera with their butt. You don't want to be looked at like a piece of meat by me, but you keep, putting yourself up there on a platter like a piece of meat.
Man, see, but this is the reason why this is so important, why we discussing this, because I need our women down there in these comments right now to say what's going on, so these young men know how to approach and find the right one and weed through the ones that's out here, the party girls, the thoughts, you know what I'm saying? The GOP 5000s. We trying to make sure we looking out for these youngsters when we doing what we supposed to do when we having these conversations, because it's hard navigating when you see everything on social media the way it is versus what's going on in reality. And that's why most of these men don't go and approach women, because they're quick to try to go off and be like, oh, I ain't interested, unless they think that you got that bread for them, that you're gonna be a trick. Then it's like, oh, what's up? What we got going?
I mean, this new generation, because of the music and social media, you know, they just flat out tell you that they're looking for tricks, because they're being influenced by Cardi B and Sexy Red and Meg Thee Stallion, you know, females that's telling them, females that have a certain status and that's telling them, hey, you know, you don't need to fuck with that nigga unless he paying your bills, unless that nigga finna buy you a bag, unless A, B, C, and D. When, you know, back in our day, you know, when we grew up, our moms, they listened to stuff like Anita Baker and Whitney Houston. All those songs was about love songs. Exactly.
Love, but pain.
They ain't got love songs. They was looking for love back then. You ain't no song back then where a woman is singing about, I'm looking for this nigga to pay my bills, or he can't get nothing. You know what I mean?
But see, even with those songs, not to cut you off right quick, but even with those songs, they was about love, but it was also about pain. Like, yeah, you messed up, nigga, but guess what? I still want you. I'm not willing to give up off a simple mistake if this can be, you know, worked out. We don't have none of that. We got, like you said, Sexy Red.
They no longer. They no longer have that. They don't have none of that no more. So, and it's all about design, which is a different story. But you have to be woke and aware and educated enough to know that what's actually put in front of you is all. It's not real. You know, it's all brainwash. And one of the jobs as a parent is to make sure your kids are aware of what they're listening to isn't real, but it's done on purpose. Like, you know, this music is poisoning your mind on purpose. This is not an accident. Like, you know, Sexy Red is about to cancel one of her shows right now because poor ticket sales.
I did see that too. I was looking at that, talking about.
I was relieved. I was relieved, not out of hating, but out of the fact that I was glad to see there's not a whole flock of people that's dying to see this little girl go be trifling on stage and and say the trifling shit she says that influences, you know, little black girls mostly.
And like I said, we are our worst enemy. We're our own worst enemy is what I want to say. And when it comes down to, remember, we had our grandparents, we had our aunties, we had the neighbors on the block. When you would get in trouble or you would have a certain situation, everybody would be able to reach out to keep a lot of the negativity down, because we knew how to facilitate our own community. There's no sense of facilitating anymore because there's no community anymore. And so that's why it comes down into this whole thing. These women want this fairy tale that's unattainable with the way that they're going. And a lot of these men have no choice in the matter, which they do have a choice, but in their mind, they feel that they don't. And they got to either get down or lay down, because they don't know how to step up and properly say, hey, this ain't how we rocking over here. And this is what we need. If we're going to grow together, this is how we're going to grow together to be a leader in the home for their kids, their wife, and the foundation that they're building. If you want to watch, this is why I'm saying this is specific for the women that's talking about they want a husband. Now, if you want to be a thought and do out there and move around and do your thing, by all means, do your thing. But just know, all you doing is racking up the body count. Because don't nobody want that. You're the fun girl.
Right.
You're not the I want to keep girl.
Right.
You're not that one that I want to have on my side as I'm moving through these streets and we running that bag up.
Not for the men that know what they're looking for.
Right. Now, you know, most of these youngsters out here, they just, hey, I'm having a good time. I'm doing my thing. Now, that's cool. We just talking about for the young women not being wife material for the young men. Now, that's all strictly this is for. Now, I'm not hating on nothing that you got going on prior to that. Like, this is what you want to do. Fine. I'm talking about the women that are acting, you know, like they want to be a wife, and then they keep missing the objective and wondering why they can't keep somebody solid. And then they racking up all these babies behind that and got 4 different baby daddies, 5 different baby daddies, and then wondering why ain't no nigga staying around long enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's the women I'm talking to. Now, all you other ones that's commenting, I don't really care about what you got to say because this conversation ain't for you. You can exit to the left.
Look, not the women, but the females. Because again,
yeah, there you go.
The women and the ladies, they're already taking care of business. And most of them were raised properly, either raised by mama who was raised by granny, or they were raised by granny. And it's not a lot of that these days, man. I run into more women that have mama issues than anybody. Like, you would think these women had daddy issues. I run into women that got mama issues repeatedly.
Yeah, because the mama's not in the house like that anyway. Mama, it's just almost like when the 80s was popping, we had our parents was the party parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love to go out and go party. We trying to bring those things and those morals and values back to say, hey, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to party. It's okay to be young. But also, if these are the things that you're looking for, there's, you know, points and objectives that you have to make sure that you meet. Thank you so much. There's points and objectives that you have to meet so that you can have that balanced life, because you can still be married and still have a good time, but you want your man on the side of you when you're doing it, so they ain't nobody else thinking it's for grabs.
Mm-hmm. True.
But yeah, but that really just, I mean, unless you got anything else. Yeah, if you got anything else on that.
No, that sums it up. I just think, like I say, these young boys, they just need to know the difference. They need to know the difference in women, ladies, bitches, and hoes, because that's what it boils down to. Don't go looking for, like they always say, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
No, man, not at all. Not at all.
That's a true story. So don't go looking for a wife and a hoe.
Straight up. Man, Joe, I mean, stereotype, excuse me. Once again,
thank you so much. It's all the same.
Thank you so much for coming in on this platform and giving your words of wisdom with me. I'm about to take you down for a second. I'm going to give my closing statement, and we're going to chop it up.
I bet.
Ready or not, gang, man, well, there you have it. If you came in and you got some word of encouragement and information, I want you to go on and put something down in a comment down there and put ready if you got to this end right now in the comments, or even put a piece of whatever your mind is on it, because this is for the ladies and the men. You know what I mean? It's for both of y'all to really kind of know what to look for, what's the right signs, not the wrong signs. But until then, ready, gang. Peace.